weeping wattle from a small insect called a spittle bug or a frog hopper beetle. And quite often in the dry season, especially towards the end of the dry season, you get large amounts of these insects on an evergreen like a weeping wattle, and it gets the name weeping because they all sit on the branchlets and they basically ingest the sap at such a fast rate that they excrete almost instantaneously, and what they excrete is almost pure water. So you'll see, the first botanists and whatnot that discovered it said it looked like the tree was weeping. That is a weeping wattle. Well done, Donna. This cold weather, a lot of your general game species like wildebeest, zebra and whatnot tend to get moving a little later in the mornings. There we go. We saw the male earlier this morning, and here we have a few female Inyala. One of the antelopes in the area that shows a large amount of sexual dimorphism. What that means is the male and female look very, very different. Heading off into the bush. We're not going to go crash around after them. For the birders out there, I'm keeping a close lookout for any nice bird parties. There's some elephant tracks heading to the north. They look like they were either very early this morning or quite late last night. So we'll just cross across the Mawati, have a little meander up towards Buffelshoek, see if we can catch up with this herd at the tracks we can see here on the road. a squirrel alarming. Just gonna have a quick look. Could be another leopard, or it could quite easily be a bird of prey, or a slender mongoose, or a snake. But it's always worth checking. Often from the way a squirrel's sitting, immediately I can tell it's not a bird of prey. If you zoom in there quickly, yeah, so he's on the edge of that dead leadwood. So just from the fact that he's sitting out in the open, where is he? Okay, see this big middle section of the leadwood, the dead branch, and go up there. There he is. So he's looking down over our shoulder. He's sitting out in the open. If it had been a bird of prey, he would probably be calling from a more protected position. So unlikely to be a snake from where he's sitting. So it could be one of the predatory mongooses, or it could be another leopard. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick stroll into the drainage line off to our left here and see if we can find anything. We're also going to listen for other animals, especially now that I'm on foot. You can hear a lot more when you're on foot. So I'll be listening for birds and all sorts of stuff, but I won't be too long, 5 or 6 minutes at the most. I'm just going to pop down to the drainage line. We have found Djuma and quarantine in this drainage line before, but the reason we're not going to go bashing in there with a car, it's quite a difficult drainage line to get into, so we just want to make sure there's something worth going crashing down there for. Well guys, I don't see any tracks. I can hear a Franklin alarming but not that high-pitched trill alarm call like if a leopard's very close to them. It's more sort of a loud, incessant. So we'll check anyway, but I'm gonna hesitate. It happens quite often that there's a dead section of it and a live section. So if we have a quick look at the tree again. The trees died, and then the paler leaves at the back actually from the same tree. But it is actually one of my favorite trees in the bush. I'm just going to turn around quickly and check where that Franklin was, and send your answers for the tree to questions at WildEarthTV, or use the hashtag SafariLive on Twitter. We hear from a Franklin when there's a predator very close to it. Oh, thankfully it's starting to warm up a little bit now. The last one was correct. Oh guys, only one person has that nice big tree. Correct, it's Deborah. You said a leadwood. It was a very big leadwood tree. And Sam also said leadwood. Oh, that wood is so... So, as if on cue, it's a little bit warmer and the flies are out, tickling my nose. Just try to see. There's a little bird. We're actually in a bird party, so I'm just gonna sit for a little bit. There we go, there he is. On the what bird that is. You can send your answers to questions tag Safari Live on Twitter. You can actually hear another one calling. It's got a very distinct call. There we go, it's back. Yeah. Just hopping around there. Very distinct call. That's its call. It's incredibly beautiful, but very, very small. And you see there's that spot under its chin. It's also one of the diagnostics. You can see it, still see it? Okay, we'll sit. It might pop back there. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Okay, let me just... get my book ready. Just listen carefully. There's a few other birds. I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if they pop out around us. Okay, my book is ready in the right page for when you can hear them calling. Bush, go ahead. Get hold of FM, it's a bit better. Okay, Aaron and Heather have it correct so far. It is a chin spot batis, which is a small flycatcher. The batis family is endemic to Africa, so you only find batis chin spot batis, and their call is very distinct because it sounds like the old nursery rhyme. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. So it's quite a nice, easy bird to recognize from its call. Very distinct call. jacket off quickly. And it's amazing how quickly it can warm up in a matter of minutes. A little bit of sunshine, and it's really beautiful bird. I'm just kind of hoping he doesn't fly away. Frustrating, it is a bit far now. And you see it there?
Yeah, but it's very small.
It's very small. There we go. It's just to see if you catch the color as it hops. Keep watching. It's worthwhile keeping an eye on it, just to see if it turns nicely for us. Oh, she's jumping. You can just see that bright color flashing every now and then. Just hoping it turns for us. There we go. Oh, pop, pop, pop. And hop out into the open. Done. Let me show you quickly with the bird book. Quite a difficult one to get on camera though. They are quite busy. Hop around a lot. Here we go. Here's number 3, an orange-breasted bushshrike. Very vivid yellow and then that distinct orange breast. Took down. Looks like a single hippo. heron. Just want to check that little inlet where we found leopard drinking quite a few times. Have a quick look down here. Judging from the tracks, it doesn't look like the elephants came this way, so they could have gone another way. There's a crocodile. Don't put your head under before we see you. There's a crocodile in the water. A Nile crocodile. If any of you are Rudyard Kipling fans will know the tale of how an elephant got its trunk on the banks of the great grey, green, greasy Limpopo. One of Africa's apex predators, the Nile crocodile. Nile crocodiles have been unchanged for about between 8 and 10 million years, but there have been crocodilians around for much longer. But if I remember correctly, about 280 million years there have been crocodilians. Oh, they've disappeared, don't worry. You know what, I've actually, I didn't actually see it happen, but I've seen the aftermath of a male lion that was actually taken by a crocodile in the Sabi Sands. Let's just hang a few more minutes, see if that crocodilian pops up. Oh, look at those drongas, if you can, in front of us. Drinking and dipping. Djuma. Oh, it looks like they're having a ball. Small flock of fork-tailed drongas. Drinking, as well as sort of bathing and dipping. There's a single hippo bull by the looks of things. Probably a bull, young bull that's been pushed out of the water where there's an adult bull, so he's getting old enough that he might possibly one day pose a threat. Well, a crocodile doesn't seem to have come back up. But nice to know there is still a crocodile, even though we did find tracks. Oh, wait, that could be quite interesting. Up ahead there, it looks like a squirrel's about to go try a drink. Or he could be sifting through the elephant dung for marula nuts as well. It's quite close to the water. I think maybe sifting through. No firm, I'm just waiting for the vehicles to cycle through there. There's still 3 there. Between Elephant Skull and Treehouse in the block to the east of those junctions. And so, quite interesting, what Vian is now focusing on there is 2 different species of bird nests. The big communal nest, which is basically looks like a big pile of branches, actually quite a lot of thorns in there, is a red-billed buffalo weaver's nest. And then the smaller nests are also weaver's nests. My identifying weaver's nest is a bit rusty, but it's either a masked weaver or a village or villatine weaver nest. Oh, the crocodile hasn't resurfaced, so we're just going to turn around. And some of the other Buffelshoek residents, I hear them behind me as they walk in. So there's some buffalo bulls arriving. There we go. Those buffalo bulls arriving to come spend their day of leisure in the mud. Hello, old boys. Old elephant dung on the road, unfortunately not fresh. It's possible that herds just passed through during the night. Oh, hopefully you find another bird party. days, son. It's just warming up. Don't have to put my jacket back on. Another bird party. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Okay. Let's go for that one that flew that's flipping around a little bit to the right. Not the drongo. Where's he gone now? Okay, up to the right slightly there. There. Jump now back to the left. See if we get it. Where's he gone? Let's go forward a tiny bit. He made a sneaky exit out of the bush. Ah, there he is. Oh, he's gone into a thick bush now. There's a black-crowned chagra. And there's quite a few bird species here. I'm just trying to see if we can get a visual. Okay. A chagra might pop out into the open just off to the left of this fallen down jackalberry there. No, he's gone behind the other side of the termite mound. Not being a very friendly chagra. Show you what he looks like in the book in a moment. Am I being blind? Can't seem to find them in my book. Let me just stop for a second. Chagras. Very strange. My eyes don't seem to be working. Yeah, number 4 was the bird we were trying to show you, but he was quite quick. The black-crowned chagra. They are related to the bushshrikes. Let's continue on. Go again with the name, Andrew. Good morning, Dance Anyway. Dance Anyway would like to know if I know any other word for, like, don't worry, like that very famous Swahili Hakuna Matata phrase in Shangano Zulu. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of it offhand, but it's not so much of a phrase like that, Hakuna Matata. There's actually, I know another one in Swahili, which is Hamna Shida. There's no problems. It's basically the same as Hakuna Matata, but sort of a different style of Swahili. No, Hakuna Matata is Swahili from East Africa. I think Haikona Nkinga, Zulu and Shangaan, or Zulu. Haikona Nkinga would be the same as no problems, no worries. Haikona Nkinga. Oh dear. Male leopard tracks. Just gonna have a quick look where they go. I had those birds alarming and I thought it must be nothing, but we might go have a look. These tracks look very fresh. Very fresh. These are really nice fresh tracks. We heard all those birds alarming it. The tracks crossed straight across into the block here, and there were no tracks coming out from the other side. So I'm gonna have a quick look where we just came from. Of Madodi Ingwe at the junction with Mamba and Shida cut line. Tracks cut north into the block. I'm going to follow up for a short while. So the tracks crossed right here into here, and we heard all those birds, and I had a look, but I'm just now I want to have another double look where those birds were making a noise now. There were no tracks on that road. Just around here, and the birds were making an incredible racket a bit earlier. Bouncy bounce. Gone quiet now. Let's see if I see a track over here. A little loop around this block. Stopping to listen for a second. Nothing coming out. I'm going to check back towards where we had those last tracks carefully, and if we don't get anything, we'll probably move on and come back to this area this afternoon. Nice road to see tracks on. Nice and sandy. Only tracks I'm seeing around here are Porcupine, Tawny Eagle looks like it's being bombarded by a Vatalier there. Good morning, Tony, from Holland. Tony would like to know why we change the name of the animals when we speak on the radio into Shangan. This is where we last had those tracks. We've got a good area to start looking in the afternoon. Tony, we do it because some of the game drive vehicles don't have earpieces. Like we do in our ear. So quite often, because of the Travis arrangements, a lot of the vehicles can't go to certain farms and stuff like that. So if, for example, we were looking for lions and across the radio we found a pride of lions at Long Hole on Buffalo's Hook, it would put the guide in quite a difficult position because he's not allowed to drive there. So that's why it's just for the guide to have open radios that we use Shanghai or Zoo names for the sightings. Station controlling the sighting of Karula coming. Copy, thanks. So for now we're gonna leave this area around where we had those leopard tracks. Definitely come follow up in the afternoon. We're just gonna go back to where Karula was with that Dyker kill for the last 10 or so minutes of drive. So bear with me if I'm driving a little bit fast. I just want to get there as quickly as possible now that there's a bit of light. Apparently she's still up in the tree, hasn't moved very much since we were last there. So the reason we've been just waiting, giving all the other cars a chance, all the other game drives who wanted to see her, and now the majority of them have finished. There's only one vehicle there now. Oh, I swallowed a fly. Sorry, excuse me. That was rather uncomfortable. So as I was saying, there's only one vehicle left there now, so we're going to go enjoy our last few minutes of drive with Karula. So I'm going to drive a little bit faster just to get there. We're not far now, but rather give you more time with the leopard than looking at the road. The sun's coming out, but it's still quite cool. I want everyone to keep their fingers crossed that the Djuma Pride decide to walk that kilometre to our boundary during the day. Morning. Are you gonna just... Okay, we're a minute or two away from where Karula is now. Sorry I had to speed for that little bit there. Copy, thanks. I'll be making my way into that position. Then there's that the legs are dangling very precariously, and the hyena is looking at them with hunger in its eyes. For those who are wondering what that click is, it's just my camera. I think that hyena might get lucky. So move slightly. Now you can see how precarious those two back legs are. And you can see there, when we were here earlier, the whole face of the duck was there. Now it's just the top of the skull and the horns. Just from the movement she's doing there, we can't really see, and we wouldn't be able to see from the other side either. She's plucking hair off the duiker, and you can see a bit of it floating away. Quite a lot of it floating away, but in the wind. But she's plucking hair to get to a spot where she can eat again. There we go. Now you can see her plucking. Oh, sorry. There we go. You can see her plucking the hair quite nicely now. She's moved the carcass of it. Oh, there goes her head again. And she's plucking the hair around where she wants to eat. She'll inadvertently swallow quite a lot of hair anyway, but this way it just stops some of it. Poor hyena, watching those just out of reach. Oh, looks like she might drop it. That's getting very precarious. Oh no, there we go. No luck for you, Mr. Hyena, or Mrs. Hyena, just yet. So she's repositioning the kill into a safer spot. She's less likely to drop it. Actually hear that, and she's using her incisors on the side to cut through the skin. There's very little meat left on that little duiker. Alright guys, it's been a wonderful morning, and I'm quite sure you'd much rather look at Karula for the last little while than at me. So it's been a great morning. We will definitely follow up on what's happening with Karula later in the afternoon, but she might come down the tree and go for a drink. I don't think there's going to be anything left of this carcass later. But it's been great having you on a live safari with us at Djuma Private Game Reserve. Wonderful views of Karula this morning, and some good birds. Game drive, and for myself, Brent, and on camera VM, and Andrew and FC, thanks very much for joining us, and wherever you are in the morning or evening. And we will see you later on the next drive. Goodbye.